I find it so interesting that all of us want people to accept us as we are, with our faults, who we are. Just accept me, love me, appreciate me. This is who I am. And so many people don't treat themselves that way. We want other people to treat us that way, and then we don't accept ourselves. We berate ourselves. We're not tolerant with ourselves or forgiving with ourselves. I'd like to talk about it. I've talked before about self-acceptance. I've talked before about self-compassion. I've talked before about self-love. And I know for a lot of devotees, these concepts sound like very psychological, New Agey, or Buddhist or something, but not Krishna conscious. But my experience as a devotee is that human nature is the same everywhere, whether you're a devotee or not. And we all want people to accept us as we are. We don't like being judged. You like being judged? I don't think so. You like being appreciated, accepted for who you are? Yes. You like being criticized? Generally not, unless valid criticism coming from a loving person. But we prefer to be accepted for who we are. We don't want to be condemned. We don't want to be told we're stupid. We don't want to be told we're useless. We don't want to be told we're unworthy. Now, isn't it interesting that many, many people are telling themselves the very things they don't want anyone else to tell them? They're telling themselves those things. I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that. What does that do? We need to be clear on what that does, is it destroys you. And that kind of thinking is coming from tamagun. It's very tamasic. Oh, I'm stupid, I do everything wrong, I'm bad. Somebody's thinking that's humility. Yeah, if you have prema, yes, but when you don't have prema, it's not humility. It's self-hatred, basically. It's something you picked up along the way. Maybe somebody was condemning you and you're just continuing to condemn yourself, or they made you believe there's something wrong with you fundamentally. And so you say things like, oh, I'm so stupid, I'm so bad, everything I do is wrong. If you hear anybody saying that, you should talk to them and say, don't say that about yourself. It's not true, and it doesn't help you. It's simply tamagun. It will destroy you. It destroys your enthusiasm. It destroys your energy. It destroys your ability to be successful. And why would you want to do that to yourself? Now, one last thing to consider, and I know it's a very simple thing for you to understand. If there was a child who was doing something and they weren't doing it right, and you were helping them, correcting them, would you say, you're so stupid, you always do it wrong, you can't do anything right, you're worthless? I don't think so. I think you would say, nice try, you're doing really well. Would you like some help? I think there's a few things you don't understand I could help you with. But, you're really trying, you're really doing well, I really appreciate it. That's how you would deal with them. Why don't you deal with yourself like that? And if you don't, as I said, it's going to damage you materially, spiritually, emotionally, every way. And if you want to get into it, you have time, study it. Because this kind of thinking, it's having a horrible impact on us physically. It's causing us so many diseases. We won't live as long. People who are loved live longer. Did you know that? And so if you appreciate yourself, you're tolerant with yourself, you're self-accepting, you're actually going to be healthier materially, what to speak of spiritually. Last thing I want to say is, if there were a problem that came to Prabhupada, someone made a mistake, he would say, how are you going to correct it? He just wanted to know how you're going to correct it. The devotee would say, I'll correct it this way, and Prabhupada would say, okay, good, finished. Never dwelling on the past, only looking forward towards the future. So, I'm so bad, I'm so stupid, Prabhupada didn't do that. Unless you made some huge mistake and you were a big leader, you might get that. But generally, that was not Prabhupada's mood. The mood was, why did you do that? Should be done this way. How will you correct it? Correct it. Okay, good, finished. Hare Krishna.